Hi, I'm Tommaso and I'm here to teach crowdfunding from start to funded. Before we move on to the course, I want to introduce myself a bit better. As I mentioned, my name is Tommaso, surname is De Benetti, and I've been working in the video game and tabletop industry for many years now. I published several tabletop games and I crowdfunded projects on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and more. There, I've been mostly funding tabletop games and apps related to gaming. So I also worked on crowdfunding projects for movies and books and even one for the clean energy industry. But that's a bit different kind of crowdfunding. It's equity crowdfunding. We're not going to discuss it here. Why am I doing this course? Because crowdfunding is difficult and so many project creators get into it without really knowing what they are going to face in the next few months. So I think it's a good idea, if you're watching this course, that you get at least some basic concepts before you embark on this journey, because it's going to be a lot of work and hopefully a lot of satisfaction in the end, but it's not going to be easy, and I have to warn you about that. I'm a serial backer. I've been backing all kinds of projects. I think now I total around 150 projects. It's not only gaming, also technology, media, other things, just to see what the others are doing, and it's really important to do that so you can learn why certain campaigns are successful and why in some there are issues. So that's a good thing to do. I worked on both successful and unsuccessful crowdfunding campaigns, and if you're here, you probably want to have a successful one, but the reason why I'm admitting actually that I did work on some unsuccessful ones is because those are the campaigns where I learned the most, and I will share with you what were the mistakes there and what you want to avoid in your own campaign. That's super important. Basically, it took me several years to get to the point where I am now, and I can avoid you a lot of trial and error and pain down the line if you follow the course and you do the exercises, and you do not rush this, especially. That's very important. So this course is divided into 5 modules. Each one of them covers some specific aspect of a crowdfunding campaign. And these are the 5 modules that we're going to cover. The first one is about research, checking what the others are doing and why. The second one is about campaign setup. How do you write a compelling campaign? How do you structure certain things in the campaign so that they work? And then when you decide when to launch, what is that you need to do before launching, and how do you build a community so that the launch goes well. Once you have launched, you need to support this campaign for several weeks, probably 3 to 4 weeks, and you need to have a plan for that, and I will teach you how I do it. And then even when the campaign is over and it's funded, you will need to have some idea of how actually you're gonna end up making the product and shipping it to the backers, so everybody gets it more or less at the time you forecasted in the beginning. If you did the free course that is available on the Academy, many of the lessons of the module 1 will overlap. Some are actually the same. If you did it some months ago, go through them again, because you need to refresh these basic concepts. And also, if you're doing the premium course, if you're seeing the premium course, know that the best tool of the whole course is actually in that module for the premium version, and it's the Pledge Planner, which I use myself to forecast numbers for upcoming campaigns. And it's a super useful tool so that you do not find yourself in a situation where you really didn't see some expenses coming, or you expected a certain thing to do better or do worse, etc. So that tool, it's super useful to plan your campaign in a way that doesn't surprise you down the line. Before I leave you to the course, I want to mention a couple of things. You need enough time to plan your campaign. Do not rush it. I see some projects are trying to do it like 3 weeks before launching or 4 weeks before launching. It's a bad idea. Don't do that, because you need to build towards the campaign. It takes time. If you are in a rush, probably crowdfunding is not for you. Okay, if you're running out of money and you need money fast, crowdfunding is a bad idea, because it needs planning and it needs its own time to mature. So what I would suggest is that you start at least 6 months in advance, especially if this is your first campaign. If you're experienced, you can probably do it in 4, but definitely not in 3 weeks or 4. Make time for it, do your homework, follow the course, and you'll be fine, and your project will be funded.